Welcome back to the Stargazers channel. Today we're doing another deep dive focusing on the best jobs for Chinese zodiac signs.
And this time, it's all about the rooster.
Exactly. We're zeroing in on those born under the rooster sign, looking at careers that might really click with their inherent traits.
That's right. We want to give you some astrological insights into where roosters might find real professional success and, fulfillment.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. When we talk about a rooster, what are those core characteristics we should keep in mind, astrologically speaking?
Well, roosters are often marked by, quite a bit of flexibility, actually. Plus this really high energy. And punctuality, they're usually very punctual people.
High energy and punctual. So it's more than just being on time.
Oh, yeah. It's like an internal rhythm, a real get up and go. They're typically quite driven.
Got it. So how does that mix the flexibility, the energy, the timing? How does that translate into good career choices? Where do they tend to thrive?
Well, given that energy and adaptability, the tourism sector often pops up as a good fit.
Tourism.
Think about being a tour guide, for instance. Their flexibility helps them handle, new places, unexpected changes.
Right, things always go off script in travel.
Exactly. And their punctuality keeps things smooth, keeps the schedule on track. Plus, the travel itself often fuels their enthusiasm. It can be really enjoyable for them.
Yeah, I can see that. Active, organized, dealing with people. It fits. What's another area where roosters might find their groove?
Interestingly enough, the scientific field.
Science.
Yeah.
That seems quite different from tourism.
It does, but here's the thing. While they might not be overly sensitive in an emotional sense, roosters often have really sharp creative minds. Even small details, things others might miss, can spark genuine innovation for them. A science career lets them really run with those ideas.
So it's that sharp eye and inventive spark.
Precisely. It gives them a platform to see their ideas through, from concept to, maybe reality.
Fascinating. So energetic tour guide 1 minute, meticulous scientist the next. What else?
Then there's the whole world of fashion and beauty, sometimes called the rag trade.
Okay. Why is that a good fit?
Roosters generally care quite a bit about their appearance, how they present themselves socially. There's often a drive for, let's say, perfection or polish.
Right, they like to look good.
And they often enjoy the appreciation that comes with it. So careers like clothing design, being a stylist, a beautician, these roles let them indulge that pursuit of beauty for themselves and for others.
Helping others achieve that polish too. Yeah, that tracks with the attention to detail. Okay, what about performance? Or being in the public eye?
Absolutely. The film and television industry can be a really good match.
How so?
They tend to be quite observant of how people express themselves, their actions, their mannerisms. They draw inspiration from that.
So they're people watchers?
In a way, yes, which makes things like acting, comedy, or similar performance roles potentially great fits. They can take those observations and really embody them.
Interesting. So that observation skill feeds directly into performance. What about jobs that rely heavily on just talking, communication?
Oh, definitely. Roosters often really enjoy talking, expressing their views openly. They're not usually shy about speaking up. So professions like being a public speaker, maybe a politician, even a diplomat, these roles can be highly suitable because they provide that outlet for verbal expression.
Right, leveraging that natural confidence and desire to communicate. So we've got tourism, science, fashion, performance, public speaking, quite a range. Are there any areas that might be, let's say, less ideal for a rooster?
Generally, very structured civil servant roles might not always be the best fit.
Why is that? Too rigid?
It can be. It's not about ability, but sometimes roosters might feel a bit hesitant to, really push back or strongly advocate within those very hierarchical systems. Their natural dynamism might feel a bit stifled,
Okay, so environments needing more careful navigation of bureaucracy might be tougher. Makes sense. Now, what about teamwork? Who do roosters work best with?
Astrologically, the ox, the dragon, and the snake are usually considered the top partners.
The best ones.
Yeah. These combinations tend to create a lot of mutual respect and support. They can really help a rooster make significant progress in their career. It's a complementary energy.
Power teams, basically. Got it. Are there others that work, but maybe differently?
Yes, partnerships with the monkey and the pig can also be successful, but these often rely quite heavily on mutual dependence. Like, they need each other. There needs to be a good system of checks and balances, understanding each other's strengths and, well, weaknesses. If that interdependence breaks down, things can go south.
A bit more of a delicate balance then.
Okay.
And on the flip side, any signs that tend to clash professionally with a rooster?
The ones usually flagged as potentially challenging are the rabbit, another rooster actually, and the dog.
Another rooster. Interesting. Why the friction?
Often it comes down to differing views, maybe different ways of communicating. There can be a lack of sort of inherent understanding that makes collaboration harder.
Right, fundamental differences in approach getting in the way. Okay, let's shift to some practical advice. What astrological tips can help roosters boost their career fortune?
Well, one big one is patience. Roosters can be quite impatient.
Wanting results quickly.
Exactly. They want to get things done fast, which is great for drive, but it can sometimes lead to mistakes, overlooking details, so consciously cultivating a bit more patience can really help.
Slowing down just enough to ensure quality. Good tip. What else?
Another thing is, while that drive for perfection is a strong trait, it helps to focus on making small, steady achievements. Little wins.
Instead of only aiming for the huge breakthrough.
Right. Build momentum step by step. It stops them from feeling overwhelmed by trying to achieve everything at once. It's about celebrating that consistent progress.
That's really valuable advice for anyone, honestly. Break it down. Okay, one more tip.
Yes, and this one is about communication, specifically with bosses or superiors. Roosters should try to be strategic about when and how they bring up concerns or new ideas, choosing the right moment, framing it constructively.
Rather than just sounding like they're complaining all the time?
Exactly. Being seen as thoughtful and strategic in their communication rather than just critical will really benefit their career path. Impactful communication, you could say.
Smart. It's not just what you say. Okay, great tips. Now, to make this feel a bit more real, can you give us some examples of famous roosters?
Sure. One huge one is Eric Clapton, born March 30, 1945.
Oh, wow, Clapton, of course.
Legendary guitarist, singer, songwriter. His career, it spanned decades. The Yardbirds, Cream, his massive solo career, countless awards, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 3 times, just incredible.
Truly an icon. And who else shares the rooster sign?
Another really prominent example is Phil Jackson, born September 17th, 1945.
A basketball coach.
The legendary NBA coach, yeah. Huge success with the Chicago Bulls, 6 championships there, and then the LA Lakers, another 5. Widely seen as one of the greatest coaches ever.
Wow. 2 giants in completely different fields, music and sports. Both roosters.
It's interesting, isn't it? You can definitely see elements of that rooster focus, maybe that drive, that attention to detail, perhaps, in how they achieve so much.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully this deep dive into potential career paths for roosters has given you all some useful insights.
Yeah, understanding these astrological leanings can be, a helpful guide as you think about your own professional journey.
But remember, these are general tendencies. Your own individual path, your choices, your experiences, that's always the most important factor.
Definitely. And if you are interested in a more personalized reading, something tailored specifically to your unique birth chart, do check out the link we've put in the description below.
Thanks so much for joining us here on The Stargazers for this look at the rooster's best jobs. We really appreciate you watching.
Until our next exploration of the stars.
God bless.